Alright, you're probably going to have to talk loud as shit, but oh well. Welcome to the second part of the Nikki Vale YouTube podcast. It's episode, what is this, like 7 or some shit? I'm Nikki Vale. I'm with my broski right here, Michael Dingle. Should be fine. Yeah, probably not. We're just walking around, and we're just talking, basically. So, I've had some questions I want to ask you, to be completely honest, and I wanted to save it for the podcast.
Alright.
You know how it's like, when you train for like pro wrestling and mixed martial arts, it's kind of like the same thing in a sense. Like you can almost train for both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
What's it like when you add football to the mix?
Horrible. A lot more running.
You can hold it if you want. Just gotta make sure your hands are over there.
A lot more running. It just makes the workout go a little bit longer. You don't get the breaks as much as you'd like. That's pretty much it.
Tell us some football stories, man.
There's been multiple occasions where I'm at practice or I'm at a conditioning session, and so I'm stretching, warming up. Then I usually start my regiment with a nice run. Then we do drills, and I join the drills with a few of my friends, and Steven is one of them, and it's almost like every time we start this drill, he hits me in the balls, and it's not the nicest. It's not the nicest. It's always him.
Tell them about the story you just telling me with I yelled at you for being late.
Oh yeah.
That was a good one.
One of the lower level coaches, he was hired to help coach on the sideline occasions, so I was about 3 minutes late. Well, not even late, just 3 minutes. I was like last in line to get in the line. But as I was lining up, he yelled at me. He's like, "Hey, buddy, it's enough for you. You have 100 push-ups." And I was like, "Yeah, go fuck yourself." No one here can do 100 push-ups. No one, including you.
You want to know after don't walk into them? You say you don't like them?
Yeah. And yeah, I told him go fuck yourself. He was like, all right, since you want to be a smart mouth, you got 4 laps. And I was like, all right, no, kill yourself. I'm not doing that. And I took my warm-up lap with the team, so it was a whole team effort. It's not like I was late. I was still on time. But as we were warming up, he comes up behind me and he lets me know. He's like, hey, you still got 3 more laps. And I reminded him, hey, go fuck yourself. I'm not taking those 3 laps. So he's just standing there mocking me, telling me a whole bunch of bullshit about how I need to those 3 more laps or else. So I just snapped and I was like, fuck it. You want me to take 3 laps? Fine. I'll take 3 laps. But in reality, I was quitting. I didn't want to take 3 laps. I just walked to the sideline. I punted my helmet as far as I could. That hurt because it's a metal helmet. That was not nice at all. I only punted it like 3 yards. So that was definitely an upset. I threw my pads and I just walked off the field. And then the main coach comes by and he's like, Michael, the fuck are you doing, son? Get back on the field. And I was like, ugh. Nah, coach, I'll hand the rest of my shit in Monday. And he's like, stop being selfish, son. You're not thinking of the other players. Get back on the field. So I hopped on the field, put my shit back on. And, yeah, that's pretty much all of that.
All right, so this thing's still recording? Oh, okay, yeah, it is. Just making sure. So, I remember I was talking to you one time, right, about championships. You said you didn't want to win any championships. You didn't want your career to be defined by championships, right?
Yeah.
That was kind of like a Dean Ambrose thing. So I was kind of wondering, like, what's your mindset on that? Like, explain to me why you don't want to win championships, like, in your own words.
All right. In all honesty, everyone wants to be a winner. I'd love to be at the top. The top is where anyone wants to be. But in my mind, being at the top, you don't need championships. You don't need as much as they claim to have. So championships are just it's a requirement, an accessory to your victory, something you can have, a luxury, if you will. But it's not something it's not something that defines a champion. A champion is a winner without need being said. So, yeah.
What about the whole thing you're telling me about every time you win a title, you also have to lose it?
Yeah, eventually your stats look backwards. Yeah, you won 6 times, but you lost 7. Eventually, yeah, you won it, but you're gonna lose it eventually. And if you don't die with it, then it's kind of defeats the purpose of winning it.
I was actually watching this one video with Booker T was telling Rob Van Dam, look, I'm a 5-time WCW champion. Rob Van Dam goes, you know what that also means? You lost it 5 times. And Booker T was so pissed. I was like, damn. You don't think that like by winning the Holy Grail, the heavyweight title though, even in mixed martial arts, that means like you made it, you're proving something to yourself or somebody else?
I mean, yeah, it's a good way to say it. Yeah, it does hold a value to me. So, winning it would be nice. It definitely would, but it's not something I would depend, like a life moment. Like, it's not something, once I reach the top, it's not something that's going to be one of my main goals. It'd be nice, but it's not something I'm too worried about.
Like, you know, I have the goal of winning like 6 heavyweight titles, you know? Like, kind of like a Jericho thing. Like, that's like just something to prove something to me that I hold it once, that's not like a fluke win, like how the Miz held it only once, and, you know, like something like that. Like, I can reach the mountain multiple times. That's why I have the goal of winning 6 titles, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel, buddy. It's not for anyone else's entertainment as to can I reach it or can I do it. It's for my personal goal here. It's just for did I please myself by earning this? Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely something I'd like to obtain sooner or later.
You know, but like PRW works different than the independent circuit, right?
Yeah.
You know that. So what if you're on the independent circuit and the guy goes, all right, I want you to win this title. You're gonna be upset like Dean Ambrose was with the United States title? Like, apparently, from what I've heard, he got mad backstage. Like, he was like, I didn't want to win a fucking title. So how are you going to react to that if they tell you, yo, I want you to win a title?
Honestly, I don't know. In the moment, I'd probably live with it. I'd accept it, but when others ask about it, it wasn't really my winning. It's not my winnings the way I wanted to win it, so.
What about mixed martial arts? Like, you know, Bellator has the tournament. What if you're put in the tournament, you win the tournament, because you obviously don't want to lose. And you win the title, you know? What about that?
I don't know. Again, it'd probably be not something I'd be at the top of winning. Yes, I'd win. I wouldn't want to mess my stats up and lose the whole tournament, but I'd just compete to compete. It'd be a nice sport to win.
All right, so we'll join you all back for part 2 as Michael talks about whatever the hell comes to Michael's mind, which is a lot. It's like he's stoned 24/7. I have no idea what he's talking about half the time. That's pretty funny, so check us out for part 3.
You want to stop?